Wait, you guys haven't heard? It's the Very Real Fantasy Football Show!
Oh, yeah, boys. Unlike the entire NFL, we are healthy and
available for week
available for week 3.
I hate it.
Here we are. It is fantasy football for real. Along with Big Dan Bott and Eric Kranz, I'm Eric Pettigo.
Oh, hey there.
Just want to welcome you all in. Guys, we've had pretty good feedback for the first 2 weeks.
Nice.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm glad that dude likes it.
Yeah. The one person. We appreciate it.
Good feedback from our buddy Ryan.
Yes. Yes.
And,
Thank you, Ryan. Shout out.
I was just say that didn't count as a shout out, does it? Just say it.
Yeah.
Like I gotta say, yo, Ryan, shout out.
Do you have to say yo? Yeah.
So now he knows.
Yo, Ryan, shout out.
Yo.
Thanks, buddy. Yep. And also, my mom thinks I'm handsome.
Yo, mom.
There you go.
So, there
Yo,
you go.
mama.
There you go.
Guys, week 3's here. And so, what we've been doing the last 2 weeks is running through all the games and and we'll do that again. But do the injuries.
What do you mean? Have people been injured in the NFL?
My God.
Have good players gone down because nobody ever plays in the preseason anymore? So then they go out and they play full games 100%, and then they get injured immediately in the first couple of weeks?
So do you think that's why?
I think that's part of it, yeah. They're not ready. Not all of them are ready.
So I made a list.
You never make lists, so I'm glad you made a list.
I'm a big list guy. And not included on this list are guys like Jonathan Brooks and TJ Hawkinson, guys who were
started.
Yeah.
Started.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
they're not part of this current hex or curse that's going on right
They
now.
came in already injured.
Yes,
Right.
they're grandfathered in.
Yeah, sure. So here we go. And you guys all saw this. We'll start Tua.
Yep.
That was pretty
Took
nasty.
till week 2 to end all that.
Pretty nasty, pretty scary on the IR. But he's out for however long this takes.
At least 4 weeks for sure.
Maybe forever.
And now we're old enough where dudes named Skyler are playing quarterback.
Hold on. I kind of want to go down this route, dude. What are some other Skylar type names that we could
Finally,
see? Yeah.
like Dakota and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Guys that we could see. Like is there a Brevin out there? There's got to be a
There's
Brevin.
got to be.
All right.
Yeah. There's Brevin Jordan.
There you
plays
go.
tight end
There you go.
for the Texans. Guess where he just got put on? Or get where he just
IR?
went? IR.
Uh-huh.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah. Skylar.
Look out, Zander.
There's got to be a Zander in the NFL, isn't there?
With a Z or an X, I'm not
Hold
sure.
on, dude. Hold on. I'm looking it up. But same team, Raheem Mostert also went down with an injury. I think he's practiced a little bit.
Week 1.
That's
he
the
missed week 2.
least shocking injury of all the ones you're going to discuss to me, and I don't know what they all. But I guarantee that's the least shocking one. Whoa, a super fast 33-something-year-old running back got nicked up. I mean, come on.
All right, Deebo Samuel.
That hurts for a lot of people.
Yep, hurts for me as a fan.
Of the Niners, yeah.
Xander Horvath is a running back in the NFL.
Have a seat.
Xander
Have a
Horvath. Currently unsigned, but the way things are going, he should be starting probably soon enough.
Yes.
Same team, Christian McCaffrey, IR.
Yep. And who knows how long for sure.
That one hurts.
We thought he was playing week 1.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everybody's like, dude, first pick in a draft.
Then
McCaffrey?
it went from we'll sit him out, kind of a precautionary. We just don't want to irritate. It's week 1.
Second least shocking injury for me, though, is Christian McCaffrey.
Madden curse?
Well, yeah, that's the cherry on top of the curse Sunday. It's mileage, age, and position.
Yeah.
His soft tissue is not soft anymore, or is it too soft?
Some loose tissue.
Is it just more of a goop?
Loose as a
Just
goose
flopping
tissue.
around.
He's like, guys, my leg, it's falling off.
He got that floppy tissue.
I mean, his age and mileage, it's now no shock that he's where he's at. Remember his Panthers days?
Don't I?
Great numbers when he played, but when he played.
Hurt a lot. Isaiah,
Said that a lot.
Isaiah Pacheco, IR.
It could be out for the year.
Could be.
Having surgery.
I've
Broken.
seen
Damn it! In like 3 leagues, I had
Yeah. Fibula?
tibula.
Fibula?
it's the
Fibula?
fib. He
The
got
fib?
Tibbs good, fibs roped.
Fibs out.
Dude, I had the old Thor Steele, Carson Steele.
You had him in every league, and
Every
then you
league,
drop
and I
him, and
dropped
then
his
you
ass.
pick him back up, and then
I
you
couldn't.
drop
Everyone
him.
spent $500 on the waiver wire to get him, and I do that all the time where I'm ahead of the curve and I can't sit on my rest on my laurels.
There it is.
I almost
Tibula.
sat on him. What a
Fibia.
freak. Thanks, Doc.
Jake Ferguson,
Oh, turd, Ferguson.
hopefully back this week.
Could be. Don't know.
Who cares? Tight ends are stupid, and I hate them.
Mm-hmm.
Russ Wilson hasn't played all season.
Dresses for every game.
Yeah, but he's ready.
Puts on a uni, even though he's
intense.
inactive.
Russ is intense.
He's a third quarterback. I
I
think,
bet if
inactive
he
third
goes into
quarterback.
coaching, he dresses for practice.
Oh,
Promise.
sure.
Come on, boys.
Well,
Rise
this
and shine.
this just clicked to me. He was a
Minus.
baseball guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baseball managers, what do?
Nothing.
Full baseball garb.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing, nothing is accurate.
Same thing as him right now.
Yeah, but
Nothing.
they get fully dressed for
They
the game.
do get
dude.
fully dressed.
They're there.
Nice. He is a baseball guy.
He's a
There you
baseball
go.
guy. Made the
Good-
connection.
Good connect.
Solved the Russ conundrum.
Was a baseball guy.
Could still be again at some point.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride. Out in L.A., Puka and Cooper Kupp.
Yep.
I told you that Puka was Nakua'd when I told you.
He got Nakua'd all the way.
Dude.
Hakuna Matata that knee.
At least right now they're saying they're not going to put Cup on IR right now. They don't play.
Is that what they said?
Yes.
Okay.
I read that somewhere today. And also, we'll just say that I think 2 or 3 of the starting offensive linemen are off and injured on IR from the Rams. So, and a safety went on IR. The Rams are. Whew.
You want Kyron Williams because he's gonna get the ball a ton.
He's
Yeah.
got to be. But who are they afraid of when they throw the ball
Oh,
downfield?
nobody.
They're stacking the
Jordan
box.
Whittington or whoever I got on this one.
I heard they're in talks with Zander Horvath.
Oh, probably.
So
He'll be
keep
starting.
an eye out for Zander.
You son of a bitch. That's a good one.
Rashad White, groin injury, didn't do much last week, but they're downplaying it, saying it's not that serious in Tampa Bay.
Tweak the pickle, huh?
Yeah.
Poor son of a-
Yeah.
Weird. I mean, the writing's on the wall. Okay, so this is why I hate the draft process. Bucky Irving's 40 time. They're like, dude, what a crappy runner of life. I mean,
Sure.
he cannot run.
Yeah.
Now,
Terrible
when they talk
life
about him, they're
runner.
like, dude, he is so explosive.
He's
Which
so-
is he?
Yes.
Is he hella explosive or can he run track? So now you got Bucky Irving's. You need to get your filthy fantasy hands on
Yeah.
Bucky,
Touch him.
or you're gonna be sucky.
100%. Touch Bucky.
Touch him.
Hashtag touch Bucky.
Touch Buck.
David Njoku.
That's no Njoku.
Nope. High ankle sprain. So he's out for
He's
at
out.
least 1 week, and then they'll be like, oh, maybe he'll be.
Do they
back
ever
when-
get low ankles? It's always high, isn't
It's
it?
usually high. High just means you're going to be out more.
If it's low, you don't hear about it much.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like-
like, wrap it up.
Because they don't miss
Get
time.
in there.
It's like
wrap
1
it
to
up.
2 weeks if they miss any high ankle sprain. They're like, that's like 3 to 5.
Still, you don't normally hear a guy like,
No, it
low
was just
ankle.
a low ankle sprain.
Poor
I guess.
Njoku, though, man.
Yeah. I mean, so much. Finally, like the second half of last season, it was Njoku. This is what we've been waiting for his whole career. Just Flacco peppering him
Yes.
with targets.
Flacco.
Yeah.
Flacco throwing him.
I'll take the peppered
targets.
Flacco.
And Njoku was running wild. And it's like, oh, there he is.
I could not believe my eyes watching Joe Flacco absolutely unleash piss missiles all over the field.
Nonsense.
Just-
DMs. But now, Njoku, when he's out there with Deshaun Watson, he's not very good, and now he's hurt anyway. Out in Green Bay, Jordan Love. Week 1. Apparently, I was like, well,
Weak.
that's his season.
WEAK. This is weak.
There's a chance he plays this week,
That's crazy.
but I doubt it.
He won't play this week.
They shouldn't force that issue.
No, they won last week without him. You can leave him and let him get rest. You figured you're taking an L anyway, so
But some more news out of Green Bay. Jaden Reed missed practice today, undisclosed. All of a sudden, he's got a question mark by his name, missed practice, and they're not saying what's going on.
So if we do see him out there Sunday, chances are it's a clone.
Probably. Yeah,
Yes.
not really him. And Josh Jacobs, limited participant in practice, a little dinged up. So Green Bay.
When you haul the ball 80 times,
I'd say he
you're gonna
carried
be
it
nicked.
45 times out there.
Jiminy.
Yeah. Another running back, Seattle. Kenneth Walker missed last week. Zach Charbonnet had a nice week because of it. But Kenny Walker, a lot of people drafted him to be their starting running back.
Hopefully they got Zach because that's one of the high-end handcuffs.
Yep.
Like almost a top 3 handcuff you have to have, and that's why.
Keenan Allen out in Chicago.
Old.
And
Heel.
hurt.
And it's his heel from last year.
That lingers, buddy.
Why didn't he leave that in L.A.?
That's what I'm saying.
Brought it with him, huh?
Yeah. Why you got to bring that with you? Like it's part of your body. It's
Bad
ridiculous.
idea, Keenan.
Let's head to Minnesota. Jordan Addison, not looking good. And Justin Jefferson is dinged up, but he did participate in a walkthrough today.
Yes. I think what he got basically was just a nice bruise where he got hit on his quad on his thigh. So probably like a nasty Charlie horse.
It's a Peter Griffin.
Little quad shot. There it is.
He'll be all right.
I need to get that as a sounder on this board, dude. And let's see what I have. Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
fire that up.
Hey. Oh.
Boy, that changed the game. All right. Well, you're in
Okay.
charge of that, though.
Yeah,
You better
okay.
don't abuse it.
I
but
won't.
Don't
I've only got
snooze.
4 things, and 2 of them are music beds. So.
Let's go.
Joe Mixon, hurt his ankle.
Yep.
So for
Blames the
Houston,
tackle. Blames the hip drop tackle that was banned.
Well,
Says, hey Bears, what's going on? Not supposed to do that. Where's the flag?
Too late.
Too late. It's been done.
It's been done. Bro.
Cry about it all you want.
What do you want?
Yeah, but
A new ankle?
but Mixon is he's an older running back and his ankle hurts now. So keep an eye on that.
Here comes the ghost of Cam Akers.
No, but sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here he goes.
Because the original backup is out.
hurt too.
Yes.
Yep. And Amon-Ra St. Brown dinged up. And,
Should be fine. He came out
They
though.
said.
He went back in, so he hasn't missed a game yet.
no, but he also hasn't had any great showings yet, right?
He was pretty good week 2.
Okay.
That's because all of a sudden
Yeah,
there's
he's decent.
somebody else.
Somebody.
A.J. Brown misses week 2.
And gonna miss week 3.
Gonna miss some more time.
You hate to hear hamstring in the guy you have on your fantasy team.
Yes.
You hate to hear it.
Especially if it's a
I'd
guy.
rather hear concussion than hamstring. I know. It's a
Concussion.
pretty medieval stance I'm taking.
As long as you don't hear it a lot.
You're right.
Swing the axe or get off the field.
Yeah.
Concussion will be like they'll miss one game, they'll be back. Hamstring, they're like, it could
That's-
be 2,
I
it could be
mean,
3, could linger,
it's
could,
gonna be
could
there
come
all
back
season.
again.
I could
some way,
feel
shape,
bad
or
about
form.
that statement when those players are 50, but for now, ding up the nugget, not the hammy.
Controversial. T. Higgins.
That's what we do.
Stirring the pot of controversy.
T. Higgins
T.
missed.
That's a
missed week
convenient
1,
hamstring tweak, isn't it, boys?
Week 2.
Hey, I'll sign that tag. Let's go. Oh, got that paper? Oh, boy, the hammy's tight.
I don't think as much that because he wants to have a good season so he can get paid.
Yeah, but he wants to have a good late half of the season, a recency
Yes,
bias
yes.
where everyone remembers the first 8 games if he balls out or doesn't ball out.
You don't remember.
I just don't think he wants to go out and get really hurt.
No, I mean, I
Then
think
he can tell his new team, like, hey, I was sitting out for you.
Yeah, I love you guys.
I love a good whisper.
Oh, there we go.
Last one I have on the list, Evan Ingram.
Oh, double E.
Uh-huh.
That's you guys, Eric and Eric.
Eric and Eric. 2 E's.
Hurt his hamstring in pregame warm-ups.
That's what you don't want to hear.
Hammy?
Hammy.
Golly.
Did I have him in a starting lineup? Yes.
Does anyone stretch anymore?
Does anybody
TikToking?
does
I love
anybody
TikTok.
play the pre? I mean, a lot of this also, what I've been hearing, they're like the preseason, but it's good to get out there and play some of it so you can get that.
Listen to you, Oklahoma drill. You like that old school kind
man.
of football.
You don't need to play the whole ones, and some of them obviously did go out and play.
Now
but
they
there's
got
a lot
all
of
these
guys
nerds coaching with their number crunching.
All right, so that is an extensive injury list
Yeah, it
after
is.
just 2 weeks.
Should we just host an injury special that's like
We just did.
you know what I mean? That's like
We
a
just
compliment to our normal.
We just did.
Thank you for joining us on the injury special this week. Back to you, Eric.
Like, I know we talk about this every year, and it's like, man, are injuries like going crazy this year? Injuries up this year? And I feel like it's the same conversation.
Like,
But-
are these dudes tackling each other?
But
Or what's going on
This
out there?
is just the reality, man. This is football. This is the
Yes,
NFL.
and it's also, I don't know if it's so much as injuries or it is these are bigger players for fantasy that we pay attention to more than.
I mean, if you watch the knife fighting league and you're shocked that
Is that
people
a
are
thing?
being stabbed weekly, I mean, it's the same thing. These dudes are being tackled. There's going to be some injury. And they're running full speed, like not doing anything, going from, it's like being a sprinter
Yeah.
all day, though,
Well,
you know?
yeah.
They're bigger, stronger, faster. They're quicker. Their cuts are hard. And it's like they're,
Oh, those cuts.
yeah, man.
Not all of them are bigger though.
That's
Yeah.
Receivers, I'll say. Receivers.
You're
fine.
right.
You're fine. We'll let you stand on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
That's it.
true
We'll let
because
that
a lot
one
of them
go.
are some little receivers out
If you
there.
get any riskier on this podcast,
That's it.
You've really
3,
pushed
4,
the
5
envelope
more
today.
times, and you're out of here. pal.
13 or 14 more times I'm out of here.
Here's the other thing I want to do now is go over after 2 weeks, top 10 real quick at each position and just give that list out because that's a real interesting. For one, does anybody know, do you guys know who the top scoring fantasy player is so far after 2 weeks?
Oh, my goodness. It's probably someone that you just can't. Derek Carr.
Close, but no.
Kamara.
Kamara, we say
Kamara,
correctly
sorry.
around
I
here.
don't.
You need to.
I don't.
We're not going to be that podcast, Eric.
I say what I
Acuna
want.
Kamara.
You're not going to be that
Say what I want, do
podcast.
what I want.
Okay, that's fine. Say it wrong. But this will be the podcast where it gets corrected. It drives me crazy when I listen to these podcasts. and
Oh, good.
they
No,
say it
definitely
wrong,
correct me.
And
but
nobody
I'm still
corrects.
going to say it wrong.
Okay.
Just going to put it out there.
That's it. You know what? We'll make a,
We won't be
a
that
gentleman's
pod-
agreement.
Gentleman's agreement. Absolutely.
gentleman's
We
I-
won't
I
be
won't-
that podcast, but he's going to maintain being that guy.
He's going to be that guy.
I will never get upset when I get corrected when I'm wrong, but I will still be wrong, and I'll still say it with confidence.
Yeah,
It's all right.
You're
Your
wrong about
names
that.
and I'm lyrics. I hear lyrics wrong all the time. Don't feel bad, but I'm like, oh, that's not what he said.
It is
Oh, yeah,
Alvin Kamara.
that's me.
And full point PPR with 66 fantasy points after 2 games.
If you play standard, it's Kamura.
Yeah. If you play standard, you're stupid and you say it wrong. You're not stupid, Eric. I love you, buddy.
But you do know some people who play standard, probably. 'cause
Mm-hmm.
by the way you're saying it. It's all right. Hey,
We don't call it standard here.
No.
what do we call it? The devil, Bobby.
We don't call it
We
anything
call
here.
it. We
We don't even
ignore it.
talk
Don't
about
even
it here.
acknowledge-
We don't even acknowledge it.
Voldemort.
Act like it doesn't exist. The number 1 QB in fantasy on the season so far.
I know
Mark
that one.
Sanchez.
Who is it?
Baker Mayfield.
It is Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield, number 1. Just behind him is Derek Carr.
Traded him in a super flex for like a 2037 second round pick. I hate myself.
2 guys who were lucky to get drafted as even a backup in fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Baker
It's also-
and then Derek Carr are 1 and 2 after 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything
but,
is 2
but,
weeks. So far,
Right.
it's 2 weeks.
It does make people
Gotta start
think
somewhere.
though. Yeah, because now if you have these guys on your roster and you're looking at, do I start Baker or do I start let's see, let me find somebody. Do I
start Baker.
Do I start Baker or do
start
I start
Baker.
Dak, who I drafted ahead of him, obviously, or do I start Joe Burrow or Baker? Right?
I mean,
Even
well,
though
I
it's
just
only
started
been 2
thinking.
weeks?
I just started thinking of that name. We're talking about names.
You can
I'm like,
use anyone
Baker.
as an
How
example,
about
but
that?
don't you ever bring up Joe Burrow and Baker Mayfield.
It's
on the
real,
same
dude.
plan. Don't you ever.
That's a
Come on.
real thing.
It is real.
All right, so Baker, Derek Carr, Jalen Hurts at 3, Kyler Murray at 4, Anthony Richardson at 5, Lamar at 6, Josh Allen at 7, Sam Darnold
Sam.
at 8, Geno Smith at 9, and Jaden Daniels at 10.
Yeah. Now, also what we talked about on our first podcast when we were talking about quarterbacks. How many of those quarterbacks are running quarterbacks? Not the top 2,
Not the
but
top
I'm going
2.
to say
Let's see, 1, 2,
what
3, 4.
7 out of the next 8 ones that you
5,
said are running
6.
dual threat quarterbacks.
6 out of 10 are running quarterbacks, right?
Did you see the juke Baker put on this weekend? He's a running quarterback. He put someone's jock in the stands. It was awesome.
You can call him a running
It did look like
quarterback?
one of our dads juking at one of our friends in a backyard football game, but still sick. He planted that foot. And,
You say one of our dads, but that's like that would be us now. It would be
Yes.
like us
Look,
juking out
bro.
one of our kids' friends.
mentally, I can't accept where we're at.
We're
so,
dad age.
Yeah.
Yes.
no, it's cool.
We got people that are like friends that are straight up grandparents.
Yes.
That's on them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, partially, but not entirely.
Right, yeah.
All right. But some notable names missing. Mahomes is at 11. C.J. Stroud's at 12. You know, Dak is at 16. These guys all got drafted to be
Your guy.
Yeah.
You're number one. A guy.
A guy. Yep. Stafford is down there at 25.
I mean, he's throwing to just guys off the street.
Right.
Poor.
Burrow is 21. Goff is 22. Will Levis's dumbass is 22. What is he doing? His coach is like, guy's an idiot, man. The guy is an idiot.
Literally, basically, what he's just saying. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
He's the dickhead in the movie. Listen, hear me out. He's the dickhead in the movie where you're watching like a high school summer movie. You're like, that's the bully in the movie.
God,
he's like,
dude.
what's up there, Kevin? You know,
He's so
that's
stupid.
him.
No,
He's
no
given me
offense.
everything I've ever wanted, though, these past two. Like him, week one, throwing that interception with his hands on his head. And that's everything I dreamed of.
Yeah, well, he's 22.
Man.
So,
Man.
yeah, and so that goes to show you after 2 weeks how,
It's wild out here, kids.
right? You're batting at about a 50% clip of top 10 QBs.
Let these law of averages kick in a little more.
They will, and they will.
Man.
But there will be, which of those guys do you think stands the best chance who, was not projected to be a top 10 QB? Which one of those guys stands the best chance, do you think, of finishing as a top 10
Sammy
QB?
Duckets.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Sammy Duckets.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, Snaker.
That's my
He
vote.
was 10 last year, and now he's got a new offensive coordinator. They moved Godwin back in the slot.
Hey, I mean, I like what I'm seeing out there.
Got Mike Evans to throw to. Got
Yep.
Godwin. Mm-hmm. Got
Hell.
Bucky to be able to be the
Yeah, Bucky.
superstar running back later.
Hell.
Best running back ever. Bucky. Touch him.
Captain Bucky.
Touch you some Buck. All right.
But also, here you go. I'll give you a little stat.
okay.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Little stat that we were talking about earlier.
If it's little, whisper it.
I'll whisper it.
Keep it down. Stats a little bit.
The passing touchdowns through 2 weeks. Oh, wow. So, 2019, passing touchdowns through 2 weeks, 105. 2020, 110. 2021, 110. 2022, 105. 2023, 86. 2024, and this was pending Monday Night Football, which was like, let's say, 2
Yeah, there weren't
touchdowns.
many.
There was 66.
Ooh, it has been ugly.
Yeah.
So that's how bad it is
Gross.
of new young quarterbacks that aren't quite all the way ready.
Well, then how come Lamar's treating Mark Andrews like an absolute
he doesn't like
jackwagon?
him. Doesn't like him.
JW.
Personally, doesn't like him. But it's also we had. I
It's a
think
personal thing. He hates him.
No,
hates
no
him.
one's calling
Absolutely
anyone a
hates him.
jive turkey.
Like-
I think we had 300-yard passers this week, compared to where we'd have there's 8, 9, 3.
Do you
Three
think?
guys.
It's time to bring standard back, it looks like.
Do you think there's anything to the fact that it's become such a heavy passing league in the last few years that defenses have adjusted to?
Now we're back to
we are taking. Yeah, I mean everything.
I mean, they
goes in
changed all the
cycles.
rules to help passing,
Right.
because people want to see that more because everybody plays fantasy football, and I think
Right.
it all you want to see points.
now the defenses are like, we're not fun to take it.
These coaches in defense now, in football in general, are they're smart. It's not like the former football players that are out there. It's guys like Mike McDaniel that are just these, little nerd guys.
But he doesn't really know defense.
No, I know, but I'm saying, but just in general, like the schemes that they develop, it's eventually there's going to be smart enough defensive minds to say, okay, so we're not allowed to clothesline or grab and hold, but this is what we'll do. We'll have guys here, 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 and we're going to take away what everybody's doing. And that's just what it seems, man. It seems like there's
Better defensive coaches than offensive coaches, or is it that the quarterback play just
There's
is not as
adjustments.
good
Look up stats.
that it had been for years?
Here's the stats I want to know. When they took away like all the good shit in football, like clotheslines and like, what I mean, like the forearm shiver to the head,
drop
Yeah,
kicks,
dude.
and
just Adam Sandler
hunting.
style headhunt. I'm like, I saw a clip the other day of Ryan Clark just absolutely waxing Wes Welker over the middle just because the ball was tipped. He was allowed to
Yeah.
block him, but instead he just mauled him.
of course football.
I feel like there's still the same amount of injuries happening. Like,
Yeah.
let's bring back the barbaric shit, please.
Yeah, just again a bit controversial, Dan. Kind of reckless. I am pro concussion. Is what
I didn't stand on it like I'm pro concussion, but now that you're saying, I guess I got to wear the
you know
shirt.
what I miss?
Just marching downtown
Just
at the Capitol. I'm
concussions,
just
dude.
pro concussion.
And just staying in the game.
Like, let's go back to leather helmets.
Well, you know what's funny about that?
I mean,
Is there? I'm willing to bet there were less concussions then. You know why?
you don't have that weapon.
That's the thing, dude. Is that was up there as like a precautionary, like in case you bump heads. Here's a leather helmet to soften the blow, and then we gave them helmets like hard helmets, and they're like, "Well, I can just duck this down and battering ram with this thing."
Look how rugby players.
They weren't
tackle.
doing that with leather helmets.
Rugby players have 0 pads and tackle way different than American.
Way
football
more
players.
concussions in American football than in rugby.
I bet.
Way
Yeah.
bigger guys.
You don't want the rugby community
Maybe.
coming after.
All
you.
right. Maybe running the ball all the time.
I mean, if I had
rugby.
giant offensive and defensive linemen like in front of me, I'd be like, okay, rugby guys, you're like a fullback, and this guy is 6'7", 330 pounds, and he runs as
And then
fast as you
every
do.
rugby guy comes to America and can't play football for shit. So there's that.
But if two rugby guys run at each other, I don't care if they're only 200 pounds. If they run at each other heads down and just collide,
yeah.
that's concussion.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's not
That's
not
what
obviously-
Rams do.
Yeah, dude.
You don't do.
That's what football players do.
Yeah, with helmets.
With helmets.
And Rams
then
do
they
it
get
with
concussed.
horns.
Right.
That's so. Yeah, there you go.
Right. And there hasn't been, I think, a lot of CTE study on Rams.
They're good.
Yeah. I mean,
We
the
think.
Los Angeles Rams, there's been a few.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Running backs.
Yeah.
Ready? Top 10. Alvin Kamara, we already talked about. Devon Achane, number 2.
How do you say his name?
Who? Kamara, stop it. Threw me off.
Kamura.
Saquon Barkley, number 3. Brees
Saquon.
Hall, number 4. Here's one that's interesting. J.K. Dobbins, number 5.
J.K. Dobbins.
I'm the only one who's all over that.
James Cook, number 6. You should trade him if you have him. Jordan Mason, number 7. James Conner, number 8. Ramondre Stevenson, number 9. And Jameer Gibbs, number 10. So,
Big
again,
surprise, J.K. Dobbins.
that's the biggest one, right? The rest of these guys, no surprise necessarily.
That they're in there somewhere.
As the Ohio State fan, it is very awesome to finally see JK do. Well, he does it every year, week 1, and then comes away with his Achilles torn.
Right.
He's good at what he does. Go look at his yards per carry since he's been in the NFL.
He's like
a stud.
five something,
He's a stud,
5.9. He
Yeah.
just
And he's just, it hurts too because he's an overall, like, really good dude. So,
As a
he stays.
human, I'm happy to see this for him. Happy to see him have success 2 games in a row without getting injured. Because I was big on
I've been holding
JK
my breath.
in both of our dynasty leagues that we're in together. I had him in both leagues as a rookie, and I held him for dear life, and I loved him with every like fiber of my being.
held
And
him near your bosom.
and I was like, finally, I had to let him go. I had to just, I had to take him out to the woods and just be like, run free. It's a
I was
big world
hoping
out
that
there.
didn't go.
big world, and you
I was
just
like,
go,
is he going to
you'll
hold
find your
yelling
way.
at JK right now?
Take him back. Oh
my God, he's taking him
behind
in
the
the
shed, dude. I love you, boy. No, that didn't happen.
That's no way to drop a fantasy player. Just let someone else have him, put him on the wire.
I will say this though: Week 1, the Raiders. Week 2 at Carolina. Next week at Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure there's a Watt roaming around somewhere in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
That's more of Justin Fields' problem overall, but yeah, you're right. It's no one's.
And then he's at home against KC in Week 4. I'm just saying the road gets a little tougher.
Yes.
For JK, it might be a good time to trade him.
Could one of the 3 top collegiate teams beat the Carolina Panthers?
No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Is this the worst NFL team ever?
With
We'll see.
with the quarterback change, I don't know.
'Cause
But
now
the first 2
Dalton's
weeks,
just going to old man strength those
Your
kids
boy,
to death.
dude.
The old red rifle.
Your boy
Son
Dalton.
of a bitch.
He's out there now. I'm excited to. I'm kind of excited to see Deontay Johnson. I'm intrigued in with Dalton throwing the football.
and old man Thielen. I
Yeah.
got a
2014
feeling.
called.
There it is.
The Carolina Panthers go back to 2014. They'd be whooping some ass with that team.
Yeah, they would. All right, some notable players missing from that top 10. Bijan,
God, is
Right.
Kyle Pitts the running back?
Kyron Williams. I'm just going to say healthy guys. Obviously, McCaffrey, Pacheco outside. Kyron Williams, they both finished in the top 20, but not quite. Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, who is number 23.
Old JT.
Yeah, so there's, but
There's hope on the horizon for all those.
there is, and they're running backs, and doesn't matter. They're all going to get injured before the season is over anyway.
Every single one of them.
Hang on to your Zanders.
Single one, grab you a Zander and just stash him. A good Zander stash. The number one receiver.
Oh, I know who that is.
And who is it?
Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin is the number one fantasy receiver on the season so far.
OMG.
Nico Collins, number 2.
Oh, my God.
Malik Neighbor is rookie, number 3. Jaden Reed, number 4. Number 5 is Cooper Kupp. Number 6, Justin Jefferson. Number 7, Jamison Williams. Riding that week 1 high. He was okay second week too, wasn't he?
Yeah. Cooper Kupp is riding the week 1 high.
Cooper Kupp's riding his
didn't even-
freaking wheelchair around.
Yes, he didn't even play
poor
week
Cooper.
2, and he's still up there.
Poor sweet Cooper.
Malik Neighbors is riding the week 2 high.
Biggest surprise, Alec Pierce, number 8.
Yeah.
And number 9.
Number 9 is Rashid Shaheed, which I'm less surprised than Alec Pierce.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Devontae Adams, number 10.
Yes.
So,
That can show you how, with obviously 2 weeks gone, that 1 week makes a big difference when it's 50% of. I've seen some players that, especially the tight ends, whenever we get to talk about them, where they were a top 5 guy last week, and then they didn't have a good game, and now they're like 22.
we'll breeze through the tight ends real quick and then get to the games. We'll see if you've heard of any of these guys.
Yeah. Wow.
Number 1, Isaiah Likely. Number 2, Brock Bowers. Number 3, George Kittle. Hey, how about that? 4, Trey McBride. 5, Hunter Henry. Number 6, Mike Gesicki. Number 7, Kyle Pitts. Hey, look at Kyle Pitts go.
Go, Kyle.
Hey, finally living up to that hype. Number 8, Zach Ertz. Career resurgence. Number 9, Pat Fryermuth. You got to be kidding me. Number
shocking
10,
to me.
Foster Moreau. Wee wee.
Australian film. What in the hell?
Foster Monroe, who got 0 points in week 2.
Yeah.
He was number 2 after 1 week.
That's how you ride that first week pony.
Last year, through the first, I think, 3 or 4 weeks, the number 1 tight end was Hunter Henry.
Sometimes I'll send a trade to someone and I won't write it, but I'm thinking it like, hey, dude, I noticed you had like 1 or 2 tight ends. Why don't you take this tight end off my hands? It's like going to help you. And it's reasonable. They always decline. I'm like, bro, all right, fine. I'll see you in week 5 for like 6 times the price.
There you go.
You son of a bitch. I won't forget this.
Nothing like holding a fantasy grudge.
Why do we call it fantasy football when it's constantly a nightmare?
It's so real.
It's such a nightmare.
Tomorrow night, Patriots at the Jets. A good one to miss if you want. You know what I mean?
Just how I like my Thursday nights. What
It's
the fuck?
this. No, I love these games, dude, because I'm married. I've got kids.
You're like, hey, I'm free Thursday night.
You know,
Like, what do you wanna do?
I'm a hero. I'm like, honey, you know what?
Let's skip football.
I'm gonna skip the football tonight.
It's so easy to do.
let's
when
hang
it's
out.
Shit
Let's
games.
just, you're going to miss football?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for you,
Maybe because I love you.
You're gonna miss
love
that
you.
Patriots offense.
Yeah,
You don't want to see Brissett just like dump crappy passes.
yeah. Patriots and Jets. It's Brady and Rodgers, and I'm missing it for you.
I just
She
need
doesn't
Garrett
know.
Wilson
Yeah.
She
to
doesn't
go
know.
off. Go Garrett Wilson.
He might. That
Might
but
not.
Might not.
Stats look the same in the morning if you don't see the game. So
Right. So, no need to watch that one or worry too much about it. You know who to start from that game. It's pretty easy, right? There's nobody even on the fringe, is there?
no, just get that Hunter Henry in your lineup.
Oh, he's in one of mine.
Woo!
Top 10 tight end, baby.
50 targets.
Starter. All right. Bears Colts. Caleb Williams is bad.
I think everyone got
Sorry.
a little too excited
looks-
about the Bears for like early.
Looks bad so far.
Yeah.
They're an 8-8 team probably this year. So.
He'll be fine.
The defense is great.
Not this year.
The offensive line looked terrible.
Yes.
Oh, the whole center of that offensive line just caved in.
Even our rookie or our second year right tackle, nice little replay. The guy just gave him one juke on the inside and then just went right around him on the outside and Caleb Williams literally had just planted his feet to try to look and he just got destroyed.
It's like, what are you, like a little kid? You can make them flinch every time? Just like,
It's like, oh, I'll go in. No, I won't. I'll just go right around you and just right into the quarterback. So they got a lot of work to do, but that's what happens with rookie quarterbacks. Like, they're not going to produce a ton of fantasy stats usually right away.
Tell that to CJ.
You don't have as many of your CJ Strouds, Cam Newton.
Most teams ruin
Andy
that.
Luck was pretty good.
That's like the end of the list, man. That's the thing.
That's it. Of all the rookie quarterbacks went out there that are like, they need to learn the speed. It's completely different speed and a completely different game than college.
What C.J. Stroud did was such an anomaly.
Yes,
as a rookie,
absolutely.
It doesn't happen, but it set that bar so crazy high
that other people should be able to do it.
And now Jaden Daniels is out there making things happen, and it's like, see, rookies are awesome.
Rookies, man.
Yeah, but Caleb Williams, need to get an offensive line over there, protect that kid.
Poor guy.
Give him time to learn how to make decisions in the NFL. Because
Yes.
right now he doesn't have it. And right now, I don't know if you can start anybody, but you probably have to because of all the injuries.
Yeah, or that you drive like, I mean, everybody, everything is equal. DJ Moore's the only one that you would want to start right now.
Right.
Because you have so much draft stock in him.
Yes.
You got to play him.
I think I've still got Swift in a couple of lineups because that's my life.
I'm glad I didn't. I was trying to over.
That's just my life, dude. I don't have a better option. Not that I'm like, dude, I think I got a feeling this could be the week. Nope.
Nope. Just here we are.
It's going to be another week of 3.7.
Stuck on a desert island. I
Right.
either start Swift or just starve
Right.
to death.
There's got to be somebody on the wire.
Does there?
Yeah.
Have you checked? There's not.
He's like, not even in a 4-man league,
Dude.
bro. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Everyone's hurt. You don't say that.
Yeah, leave me alone is right.
God, grow up. Instead of your birthday tomorrow or something. Loser. God.
Oh, it is your birthday tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh, happy birthday.
I've got something for you.
There we go.
Hey!
The old timer.
There you go.
Hey,
Birthday
back in your
tomorrow.
day.
That's right.
God,
And
he's
then-
so old he wants Oklahoma drills back. Yeah, they ought to
Oh,
be teeing
man.
off
You
on each
know,
other at practice.
Back in my day, that's what we used to do.
You know what we called 3,000 yards back in my day? A Pro Bowl quarterback, damn it.
That's real.
True. True.
Yeah, so well, happy early birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
I'll try to shoot you a text or something tomorrow, but I'll probably forget. I've got a lot going on.
I won't. I'll send you a FaceTime. I'll do everything above and beyond the friendships.
Yeah,
that
appreciate
you've
it. Real
achieved,
friends.
you know.
Real friendship. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Out of my way, bake
All right.
you something.
Yep. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, well, we
that's,
know.
That's being a real friend, too.
Hey, there's level 1 of everything in your level 1 friendship, okay? Entry level friendship right there.
I love you guys.
All
right.
Hell yeah. See you on your birthday. Never.
For the Colts, I mean, you got to keep rolling Jonathan Taylor out there, but I think Michael Pittman you'd safe to bench at this point, right?
you
And
don't
Anthony
wanna-
Richardson's in your lineup.
You're going to want to wait and see on him. I mean, he's not like, oh, I'm dropping him on the waiver wire, but
No.
you might want to take someone off your bench who's overachieving and put
I mean,
him
I'd feel
like a
better
shade.
playing Pittman over Swift.
Oh, God, I wish I had that luxury.
Oh, man.
I wish.
That
Yeah.
hit close to home.
But it was last week or last year at the beginning of the season. He was solid. Pittman, like with Anthony Richardson before he went down, was solid. And right now it's not. Richardson is still learning. I mean, how many games has he played since high school?
19 now.
19 now.
Mhm.
19 games since high school. So he under 50% passing. Great.
And there's a lot of
deep ball.
weapons there. Alec Pierce is underrated.
He's a second round pick. He's
Pittman's
a deep threat.
good.
Pittman's good.
Alec Pierce is a top 10.
They got A.D. Mitchell,
receiver.
who's going
Do
to
you
mix
start
in
him?
there. They got Josh
Josh
Downs.
Downs getting ready to come in
So,
there. John
you know,
Taylor running the ball.
They
So
want to do a lot more RPO. So
They will get. It'll get better, but him is another person that they threw in there. They got to get the experience, and he's learning on the job. Like you want to put up and be like NFL training. Be
God,
All right.
I can't think of
Hey,
a more
careful
dangerous
training
way to,
and process.
like learning on the job like that, and a surgeon like, all right, bub, we're gonna get you in there.
Start him if you want to, but 7 points and 5 points. That's been his first 2
Yes.
weeks. Start him if you want to. That's
Looking
up to you.
good.
Chargers at Steelers.
Steelers have 1 touchdown this year.
Yeah.
1.
yes.
I mean,
If you're in a kicking league, clearly you want to get their kicker.
yeah.
But then again, why are
So you feel comfortable starting J.K. Dobbins out of that game?
I mean, you've
Yeah.
probably got
Is
someone
that-
hurt. And you probably got someone underproducing like a Pittman. So, I'd ride that train till the wheels fall off.
There it is. And that's what you do. You keep plugging him in until
he
you
doesn't
don't
produce.
anymore.
You may go 4-2 over the next 6 games, and he may be that reason why. And he may not help you the rest of the year, but he's going to help you get the 4 wins that you might need that you might normally not get.
I wouldn't expect the 25 points he got you in the first 2 weeks, but he's still going to be solid as long as he's healthy.
I can smell a 16.
Maybe.
That feels good.
He can break off one. I mean, that's all he needs to do is break. He can do it.
Break them off like Menace to Society opening scene. Break them off, or is that too much broken off?
That might be a little too much.
Is Quentin Johnston emerging
Here to
as the
stay.
number one?
Here
the
to
number
stay.
one receiver.
Do you have any shares in them, Dan?
San Diego.
I do.
So do I. Yeah, we both do. We both do.
I
We're-
think it
we're
was
Team Johnston.
I think it was
There's a T in
encouraging what he did.
Uh-huh.
And they're going to keep on working with him. So it's looking a lot better than what it did after week 1.
Tall. He's young. He's got a sexy quarterback. Let's go.
He caught the ball.
He caught the
As
ball.
a receiver, he caught the ball. So he did what he was supposed to do. He's learning on the job.
Big
and
improvement
he's
from
getting
last
better.
year.
So he's like an Uber
Already.
driver who drops
Yeah.
the person off at the destination they want. That's the job.
For the Steelers,
Hey,
fill in the
now.
blank, guys. Somebody. Anybody?
Okay.
I
Pickens.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Pickens still hasn't really done
I'd
anything.
be salty if he was in my lineup, but
He was
he's
good
cool.
week 1.
I'd
wasn't he?
want him in a Madden franchise.
I have both the running backs, and I'm having to start one, and
I'm glad I got him in the league too. That's a good.
they get all the
tandem.
touches. They're not afraid of Fields throwing the ball, so they just stack the box.
Najee's like, yo, 17 tugs, 40 yards. Let's go.
George Pickens week 1 had 6 catches for 85, decent week. Week 2 only 2 catches for 29 yards on 4 targets.
Yeah, that's
He had like a huge catch. They got called back
Called
because
back.
of holding
I saw it.
from
I was mad.
Broderick Jones.
I was mad. I've got some stock there. I've got stock in everyone who's bad. Anybody we talk about bad, I've got stock. Eagles at Saints.
Probably got AJ Brown somewhere, don't you?
No, I don't have A.J. Brown, but I've got Chris Olave, as I complained about last week.
Olave.
Apparently, Rashid Shaheed's 10 times the player.
He is.
That
He is.
can't. Those big deep passes from Derek Carr can't sustain. That's not sustainable.
They'll
That's-
sustain this week because the Eagles' defense isn't that good.
is-
But,
that
I mean,
is-
Jalen Hurts, Saquon, and Devonta Smith. Yeah.
Devonta.
was-
Devonta.
Just
whichever.
say it quickly and nobody will know.
Yeah, I try to
Devonta-
melt that
You
one.
just
a
go
lot.
quick through the yeah. That's
Devonta-
the move.
D.
And I'll
Smith.
just stop.
Does he have a nickname? It's always better.
And Jahan Dotson did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, continue.
Yep.
So
Yep.
bench him.
Yep.
Is he going to turn into the next Jalen Rager?
No, because Jalen Rager got dropped for posting an Instagram post.
Yes, I saw
Oh,
that.
did he?
He posted something
bad? I
that
didn't
was
see
like a Ferrari,
A Bugatti in a trailer.
yes,
Trailer park.
and I guess they're taking it like I'm a star, and they're not
He
letting me
said
get a chance.
he's
He's on
the
the
Bugatti
practice
on
squad.
the practice squad.
He's on the or
I
that.
see.
Yes,
I see.
and they're like, "See ya. How about you're not anymore?"
Yep. Yeah. All right.
All it takes
cool.
is a little Insty post to get you ice these days.
So,
Stay off social media.
are you starting Derek Carr? Let's take a quick look at some.
In a super flex, maybe.
So the number 2 fantasy QB after 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you starting him over Joe Burrow?
hell no.
I just keep bringing up Joe Burrow for you.
Beat that ass.
Are you starting him over Dak against Baltimore?
Hell no.
Really?
No, Dak's got better days ahead in CD Lamb. I'm telling you, man. You can't give up on Dak like that. And you can't give in to Derek Carr already. Like, oh, man, 2 weeks of kicking ass.
We're just saying, do you ride the hot hand?
Yeah.
I think the hand's already dealt its hotness. I think you
You
better
think?
get the
Cold
hell
now?
off.
You think
I
it's
think you better
cold?
get the hell off. Like
hand's
it.
out
They
of
brought
heat.
in Clint Kubiak, so he has a new offensive coordinator.
Gary's brother, son. What do we?
They have to be related.
Probably grandson by now, all right? As old as we are getting now.
The Cougs.
The Cougs. Parker Lewis can't lose.
Yeah.
That guy didn't know that reference.
That
dude.
was good.
I got it.
But look at it through 2 weeks.
How about this? I've got another one real quick. I think you'll see. Derek Carr, number 14 ranked on Fantasy Pros going into this week. They've got Brock Purdy at number 10 at the Rams.
I could honestly say I would. There's where I would maybe.
Yeah.
I would start Carr over
I
Purdy.
would
Yeah.
talk to Derek over.
Yep. I would
Yes.
start Carr over Purdy.
Do I think that Carr's just going to be is now a top 5 fantasy quarterback.
You do.
Yeah.
No, stop it. You got that B-Day like adrenaline going. You're riding it like a couple cocktails, that kind of feeling. You're like, oh yeah,
I feel good.
Yeah.
this is my
Feel
horse right
excited.
here. Last place.
Packers Titans.
Shot after the race.
Packers are riddled with injuries, as we just talked about,
What are you, the Riddler?
and Titans are riddled with bad players.
That's where they're an underrated team of where you go to die as a fantasy player.
Tony Pollard, I would play.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs should play.
Keep an eye on the injury. He's been
health-wise.
limited, but yeah.
He should. If not, throw in that backup Emmanuel Wilson if you have to, because he's the only running back left standing from that team.
I would start him anyway over DeAndre Swift if
I
I
bet
had the
you would.
opportunity. Texans at Vikings. It's funny. Laugh it up.
Yeah. Cheer
Thank
him
you.
on.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yep,
EC
thank you.
opening presents early, isn't he? Getting them
Yep.
gift that keeps on giving.
Swift
Rock.
is my team's running back now, but I
Yeah.
just think it's funny.
Yeah,
It is
yuck it up.
funny. Yeah.
That's
Laugh
my
it
guy.
up.
That's my guy.
One
Remember?
yard
Do
carry.
you guys remember what I traded to get him a few years ago?
What'd you
Then he
give
like
up?
snapped his leg in the Thanksgiving game, like the first time I actually got to take him out for a spin.
Damn,
Just
dude.
wrecked into a tree,
Just
pretty much.
wrecking your
Yeah.
car on your 16th
Oh my god, I'm
birthday.
so excited! And I just backed
Wrapped
up
him
into a
around-
garbage truck. Jesus, dude.
You wrapped Swift around a tree. What'd you do? Like what? What'd you give up? Let's
I
hear it.
don't even
Lay those
remember. I have to
cards
look it
out.
up. More than a lot.
More
It
than
was, a,
meets
Dude.
it was a big deal with Mike. I remember
It was a huge deal,
because
dude.
you got Swift. I thought you kind of actually got him thrown in a little. Like I was
Yeah.
like, I can't believe you got him in that deal too.
Now you can believe
And
it.
then it's
I
like,
did.
well, there's a reason.
I swiftly regretted that
Oh
decision.
man, yes you did.
All right, Texans, Vikings. We already talked about Joe Mixon and his ankle injuries, so yeah, keep an eye on that. He's been really good, but if he's not playing, he's not playing. But C.J. Stroud's awesome, and the receivers are all good.
Tank
I mean,
Dell's had
I-
13 points in 2 weeks, so that's.
I don't think he's even at 13, has he?
I mean, I'm trying to church him up because I'm trying to get rid of him in a league, and hopefully that dude's listening. Like, get him.
I'll give you Swift for him. Do you have?
No,
Not in that league.
not in the league we're in.
All
No,
right.
I might actually do
Fair
that
enough,
deal.
dude.
It's just-
Fair enough. But so you're not going to start Dell until he does something, maybe?
I'm just, if you have other choices, I want to see it right now because I just think it's the Nico Collins show, and I think
It is.
Diggs and Tank Dell are going to take turns pissing you off weekly.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So far, and then you have on the other side, Vikings. Obviously, you got Jefferson if he's healthy, and Aaron Jones, and
Jalen Naylor.
Jalen. Naylor.
Hardly knew her.
Hey. Hello. Oh.
Edgy stuff there. So,
All right.
Seriously, though, Jalen Naylor is a deep league waiver wire pickup, man, because he's just open. Everyone's like, oh my God, watch out, it's Justin Jefferson. And then when Hawkinson comes back, I don't think his targets go down. I think he's the number 2 receiver, sneaky.
That's a good
well,
pickup.
he
Yeah.
snuck in as like the number 2 right now with Addison out, but he'll probably be the slot receiver.
He just looks good, man.
Yeah. And Sam Darnold is, after Jefferson went out, he's still confident throwing the ball with Naylor as his number 1 there. I was like, Kevin O'Connell, head coach for the Vikings, throws the ball nonstop. They throw it more than anybody else. So that's a good passing attack that you want to be a part of.
Yeah, they threw it all over my Niners, and I'm still upset about it, and I don't really want to spend any more time on the Vikings. I hate them.
Addison.
I've
more
got-
like
yeah.
Shaddison.
Listen, guys, I'm sorting through a lot of emotions here this week. I'm having a tough time, and it's my buddy's birthday tomorrow.
Yeah, see? It's all right.
All right. Giants at Browns. Man, just another crap-ass schedule so far. I'm not happy about any of these. Remember last week we were looking through, like, all these games suck.
How about a lot of the teams are just bad?
Maybe that's what
I
it
mean,
is.
we talked
Hey,
about the touchdowns
Put
that have
some
been passed.
respect
Respect.
on Dan Jones' name.
No.
Dan.
No.
No, we're not going to do that.
No.
We're not going to be that show.
No.
But I will put some respect on Malik Neighbors'
Yes.
name. He is legit. He's
Yeah,
in your
because he's
list.
got the dimes, chucking them dimes.
right, chucking them.
That's
dimes.
all that he threw to is Malik Neighbors. The whole, like, literally take out Malik Neighbors defensive wise and be like, let him throw to
You ever
everybody
seen
else.
Danny Dimes? He's like, left, right, left.
Sack.
I
No,
was
I'm
encouraged
open, I'm running.
at Wandale still being involved though.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks in a row. Wandale's been
Okay, Danny
legit.
Dimes sucks.
He
I
does.
get
He's
it.
bad.
But this year, for fantasy's sake, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a top 15 year for Danny Dimes.
Oh, stop.
Really?
Stop.
Mark it down.
No.
Okay, I will. Hold on.
Get your damn pen and paper out. Make
on.
a memo on your
you
phone.
make it down. No.
I
Keep
did
saying
mentally.
no. Every time we bring up Daniel Jones, nah,
Dog, listen.
we're not going to do any of these
I'll
things.
bring it up
We're
again if he
moving
starts
on.
ripping it. It's week 11 and Danny Dimes is QB 11. I'm going to make you eat a bag of birthday
Well,
crap.
it's
man.
week 2 and he's QB 19.
That's top 20 quarterback.
Right.
Looking good.
Which is
Fantasy rosterable.
okay.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. Who would you rather have? Danny Dimes or Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun
and I
Watson.
don't mean in a criminal case. Like as a lawyer to defend.
Deshaun Watson.
Let's move on.
Wow, really?
Same game. No.
Have you been watching
I'd
football
rather have Daniel Jones.
or any
dude.
of the footage from the massage parlors?
Oh,
No, I haven't seen those.
what? Oh no.
It wasn't even the parlors. It was like
Did I call it a
private
parlor?
areas. It's like hotel rooms.
He's
right.
a bad dude.
Yeah.
We don't like him at all. I'd rather have Daniel Jones, by the way.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, than Deshaun Watson.
He can,
Yeah.
He hates Deshaun.
Deshaun
so
Watson cannot play football.
No, he's so bad at football. All right.
doesn't get those massages anymore.
Broncos at Bucks. What do we do?
Jesus. Just
Right.
It's like, hey, have you guys seen my new YouTube channel? I take 2 vanilla ice cream cones each week and I just slam them together.
Jesus.
What the hell? What do you mean you just have vanilla ice cream only available, NFL?
Okay.
All right, where are we at?
Broncos at Bucks. We don't need to spend much time on
Hey,
this.
if you have Bo Nix, I want you to go look in the mirror and say, I hate you, Kenny Pickett 2.0. I hate you.
I mean, Broncos, anybody?
No, dude. No. Not one person.
Not unless you're in the knife fighting league.
I mean, in a 12-man deep league, maybe Javante or McLaughlin is a deep flex, and that's it.
Deep.
Yeah, deep, bro.
Hello.
But-
Echoing deep.
Bucks, Baker,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
obviously.
Evans and
Mike
Godwin.
Evans, Godwin.
All must start.
Godwin.
Running back.
Probably starting White,
Yeah,
Yes,
you're starting him.
and you're on the edge
and
with
that-
Bucky.
And that's it.
Edging with Bucky. All right. Dolphins at Seahawks. It's doing nothing
damn
for me,
it,
dude. It's
again.
doing nothing for me.
Dolphins.
Not even twitching a little.
Well, okay, so what do we? What you can't stop starting Tyreek Hill or Jaden Waddle, right?
No, you
Jalen
can't.
Waddle.
You'll get pissed because all you
have
have to do
to
is catch a
start them.
screen pass either one.
Yeah, so you still have to, but your expectations are
Your millennial expectations for Skylar are definitely lower than a guy named John or something.
but still love Achane.
Yeah.
And then for the Seahawks,
Geno Sexy Smith.
See
he's
who's
top
starting
10.
at running back.
Yeah, and then start them.
And then start them.
DK.
DK.
And then you have two.
And JSN, who went absolutely off, you guys.
And the reason that Dan is saying you guys
You fellas.
is because he
I mean,
texted
all of us.
both of us right before the game last week and said, "Who do I start? JSN." I don't even remember.
It was
who
a
else.
list of dudes, and
Yeah.
you guys all both selected
DeAndre
JSN,
Swift.
and he's the only one who ate.
Yeah, and we
He's
were
the only
like,
one that
but-
ate.
yeah, you were like, I need to sit one. It wasn't even who should I start. It was who do I sit.
Yeah, I was-
and we were like, we like every one of those guys better than JSN. We agreed, and the rule should be
You do not listen to us when we both agree.
if you
I forgot the rule.
If
I
it's
knew the rule.
unanimous,
It's
you don't
we're
listen.
go
definitely
against
we're
it.
definitely wrong.
Yes.
But also JSN had 3 targets week 1.
It was just I just needed some confirmation of my shitty decision, and you guys definitely were there to be idiot assholes and help me out with that shit.
We help you drive the point home. Anyhow,
Thank you
They
guys.
weren't, but the other guys didn't do terrible.
You guys were-
they were serviceable. There's other guys on your roster who you didn't even include in the list who did worse than any of them.
Yeah.
So you should have made the list bigger.
Bigger list would have been good. We would have told
Hey
you
guys,
somebody
go
else.
look at my roster and just play fantasy football for me.
Yeah. Anyhow, JSN, I guess get him in there. He was
Yeah,
good
get
last
him
week,
in
and
the
that's how you
damn
play
lineup.
fantasy football. Whoever was bad last week, you sit.
sit
Whoever
him.
was good, you start.
Only go by recency bias, never matchups or anything.
That
else.
is fantasy football.
Whoever was hot last week, they're doing it again this week.
You only get that kind of analytical advice here,
Jeez, what a
on our
spreadsheet
show.
pedagogue.
dude. How about we're gonna rebound here. You ready for this one? Panthers at Raiders.
That one. Did you just miss a layup on an open layup? That's what that felt like. Did you just Deshaun Jackson
What
drop
are
the ball
we
before the end zone?
doing, dude? This is a good week
There's
to
so many bad
go on
teams
vacation.
right
to
now.
just love your wife.
Just That's a good wife.
Yeah,
line.
just honey, you know
but
what?
Red Zone's on. Oh, baby.
Don't even care about it.
Let's go do some shopping. You want to get your nails done? Anything.
Yeah.
Anything but this godforsaken football matchup.
And then I'll still be checking my phone the whole time, watching my scores, and be like, "Damn you, DeAndre Swift!
Damn this 10-3 game." Swifty.
So bad.
You're such a Swifty.
Oh God. Okay. Panthers Raiders. Then
Brock Bowers is a must start. I know it.
Brock Bowers.
yes.
And Devontae Adams. I
Yes.
know
Yeah.
through all the non-glitz and glitter that is that matchup, somehow you're going to start those two.
Who is going to catch passes decently on the Panthers? Because somebody is going to actually catch some passes.
No, they're not.
I wasn't joking when I said
Andy
that.
Dalton.
I'm intrigued by Andy Dalton throwing the ball to Deontay Johnson. I
Deontay
think
Johnson
Deontay could
or
be
Adam Thielen.
a decent start.
I'll give you this. Whoever has Deontay
West.
Johnson, they're not going to get 12th in a 12th man league. I'll give them 11th with Andy Dalton.
There you go.
So at least you won't be the absolute worst.
Okay, the running back situation in Las Vegas is scary
Yes.
and bad.
ugly.
But this could be against the Panthers. I mean, Alexander Madison has at least found the end zone.
Well, he's also proven, too, he's been an RB1 in
Yeah.
fantasy purposes. When Dalvin Cook used to get hurt in Minnesota, he'd come in and rip it up.
And he can catch the ball.
But he could only be good if that was the situation.
I think this is a week there where you might actually see Zamir White have a decent game.
I like that. I got him in the league. I
Yeah.
mean, I'd like to see that, but I don't believe
They're
you.
at home. It's against Carolina. You can run on Carolina. Ask J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
So you're saying if you
I
have the
would.
running game and they go off against Carolina, you trade them after that?
Oh, yeah, for whatever you can get. Whatever you can get. Which is, by the way, I've got the running game in Las Vegas.
So you're like,
be ready.
have a good week, and I'm ready to
Be ready
move you.
for me. You
Oh,
check
you'll-
your inbox.
You're going to have
after
people just
Sunday.
knocking your door
Oh,
down.
like, ooh, boy, I can't wait.
After 8 tugs for 66 and a tutty. Here
Uh-huh.
we go.
Ravens at Cowboys. Here we go. There's one that I
I
don't
like
mind.
that.
I don't mind watching.
Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ravens are 0-2. Cowboys are 1-1.
I mean, Chris Collinsworth's going to love this match.
Yeah, but talented teams.
Talented teams,
So
yes.
this will be one that'll actually be fun to watch, and you start your regulars.
What are we going to do about Mark Andrews?
You can't just bench him, right?
And you can't trade him because people are like, wait a second.
He's not good.
He doesn't suck, but Isaiah Likely's fire. Why did they do that?
But he wasn't.
Why the hell did they get Isaiah Likely, dude? They didn't. God.
So Isaiah Likely, huge game week 1. Week 2,
bit quieter.
for a bit, 4.6 fantasy points, 2
But he's
catches for 26
lurking.
yards, which is your typical, I think, Isaiah Likely line. I think that's a lot more Isaiah Likely than week 1 Isaiah
There's a
Likely.
reason people don't have like multiple husbands and multiple wives. You can't have multiple good tight ends like that,
you
dude.
just can't.
It's not going to work. Okay?
Yeah.
You can't just have him lurking.
And here's what you had week 2 from Mark Andrews. 4 catches for 51, and he didn't find the end zone. But still, he was the bigger target.
Yes.
And so that's going to be what you see going forward, I think. So you have to start him, dude. What can
I
you-
mean, I'm not.
there's
I'm
nothing
putting
you
in
can
Brock
do.
Bowers.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
there
that,
you go.
if you have that option,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. I don't mind
I
that.
mean, I'm not trying to sit here and roster flex, but I mean, I got options.
That guy is- I ain't that guy. I don't have to just start Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
All right.
Or Isaiah Likely on my taxi squad.
And for the Cowboys,
You got your CD Lamb.
Yep.
You got your Dex. And
If Ferguson plays,
Ferguson
you play
plays,
him.
yeah.
Terry
If he
Ferguson.
doesn't play,
it's a funny name.
Shoemaker, whichever one.
Schoonmeyer, whatever his name is.
Luke
Schoonebaker.
Scootin' Booten.
Yep.
He put 6 for something.
Candlestick
like
maker.
6 for 65.
That makes him tight end 4 on the season, I think.
Jesus, this
Pretty
is the world.
much.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty much.
Niners at Rams. Oh boy, who's Brock Purdy? I mean, so maybe Brandon Ayuk will have a good game since literally there are no other options to throw the
Juwan
ball
Jennings?
to. Juwan
John Jennings is going to go absolutely apeshit
Yeah.
because of it. I
George
hate
Kittle,
to.
as long as he's healthy
8
all the way.
for 88 and 2 tutties, Juwan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings is good, man. I think on any other team, he would be a much bigger deal.
I
And
think
it's-
on any other team, he'd be getting bracketed and shut down.
I feel like the way that
He just knows Kyle's system so well and can play in bursts. He can't do it over the. He'll get James Jones
Maybe.
when James Jones left that Packers situation.
But he comes up, man. He comes up with big catches and big spots.
He does.
And he's very reliable.
He is.
So,
but I just don't think he could be the dude. I think he
Oh,
is.
sure.
I think he's.
I don't think he's
right
the
where,
dude.
I think he's right where he needs to be.
but I think could be a dude. But I think being the third receiver on a team like San Francisco that doesn't throw the ball that much to begin with, and then when they do, you've got Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, and McCaffrey all catching balls ahead of you.
I mean, you had.
Yeah.
But yeah, boy, that list got smaller, didn't it?
Yeah, dude. Like, who are those guys you
Yeah.
just named? They don't play football.
So he's going to have a shot. Let's see what he gets. Let's see what he does with his shot now.
He's surprisingly in a lot of our leagues that we play and still sitting out there. I thought he'd be part of the waiver wire thing, so people aren't too high on him. But he's a guy you stash. Just grab him. What if he goes off this week? You throw him in with another guy on a trade. Bam, boom, bing. You got something.
It's good trade sprinkle.
Hey, a little sprinkle,
Yep.
sprinkle.
Love a good trade sprinkle. And then for the Rams, talk about quarterbacks with nobody to throw the ball to. This is the game, right? It's something where you have
A new star will be born on that.
Stafford looking over at the other sideline being like, oh, man, I wish I had all those options. And
Any of them.
And every's hurt.
He's like, I wish I had Jawan Jennings.
Oh, God, he would kill for a Juwan.
Well, let's
Yes.
see. What does he have? He has Tyler Johnson. Mm-hmm. He'll have
Jordan Whittington.
Tutu Atwell.
Zander.
Zan
He's got a Zanny bar.
Ferguson. I'm like, is that
He's got nobody, dude. He's toast. This is
Colby
Tutu.
Parkinson, a tight end to throw it to?
Poo Poo Shatwell. That's what he's got.
So,
It's just the worst.
so
So Stafford, horrible luck of Stafford, such a talented quarterback and always has been, and just doesn't.
it seems like
Horrible luck.
Kyron is the only start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and don't expect too much because he hasn't given you too much.
No.
No.
yet. All right. Lions at Cardinals. Okay, hey, we're picking up.
Yeah.
Boys, these are some good games now. I mean, no surprises here, right? Anybody? Oh, keep an eye on this guy. Here's a sneaky pickup. I mean, everybody is
Yeah.
It's just your standard fare.
standard fare, right? You start those guys. I mean, Kyler Murray,
Yeah, little scooters.
Yep.
pretty incredible. So
He skedaddles.
yeah, so you keep starting him. I mean, I guess there's a world where Kyler Murray is. You did not draft him to be your starter. You drafted him to be your backup.
Yeah.
Potentially,
But he can be starting right now.
but he should be starting right now. And you would have to have, in order to not start Kyler Murray, you would have to be looking at, I mean, it's
Baker
a short,
Mayfield
it's a
or Derek
short
Carr?
list, dude. I'm starting Murray over both of those guys, but I'm talking like
Yes.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd start anybody else over Kyler Murray right now.
No, I'd be starting Kyler over Patrick
Daniel
Mahomes.
Jones.
Well, we're
Dimes.
gonna see what kind of running game they have or don't have with Pacheco out.
Yeah.
For Mahomes, he's gonna have to throw it.
Well, let's jump right into that because Sunday night game is Chiefs Falcons. We got 2 Monday night games this week, so we'll touch on those next. And boys, we're doing a pretty good job with our time this week. I'm proud of us.
Great jib.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy talk.
but Chiefs at Falcons. Pacheco's out, and so now
Don't know. Is it gonna be?
it's going to be Carson Steele.
Thor Steele.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be?
God, if he goes off, I'm going to be so pissed.
I mean, it's not going to be Kareem Hunt. They signed him, brought him in,
just
but it's
signed
not.
him.
But that's
It's okay to admit, too,
Pirine.
when players
it's not
are.
going to be P. Ryan.
It's okay to admit when running backs have had too much run. I mean, Kareem Hunt did his thing.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah,
Shut up. He's
That-
gone.
Well, they could have
It's Steele.
Thor. Thor could go out there and could be the one that actually runs it, but he doesn't get. They don't throw it to him. They have P. Ryan come
Yeah.
in, and so it depends if they're winning, if they're losing, where it's
They're
at
going
in
to
the
have to
game,
mix it
stuff
up,
like
though,
that.
because right now that's the Ravens' problem. When Derrick Henry's on the field, they're running, and when Justice Hill comes out, they're passing.
Yes.
Got to get out of that mode.
I picked up Steele in one of my leagues, and I'm like, okay, I got him now. Well, let's see what happens.
Would you rather start Steele this week or Swift?
Steele. Oh, dude. God, that's not even Steele. I would take half of whatever Carson Steele gets this week over
Just like a bowl of porridge from
Yeah.
his stash compared to what
yeah,
Swift's going to rob your bank
over what
account.
Swift gets this week and weeks 1 and 2 combined. I think the major
good.
point of concern is Travis Kelce,
Yes.
who on the season has 8 total fantasy points.
He's
8.
finally a better celebrity than football player.
Good for him.
You know what I mean? He's finally in every commercial. He's dating
Every
the most
commercial right
famous
now.
person on planet Earth. And he can finally just win another Super Bowl and probably go off into the sunset as the greatest fantasy tight end who's ever lived, but not this year.
But
folks.
you gotta. What are you gonna do? Bench him?
If you
You're going
had,
to trade the absolute rat piss out of him.
No, you can't do that now. You gotta wait until he scores.
yeah,
Well, some people still love a name and love a tight end because,
You're
as you
right.
can tell, the top 10 list is full of just dingbats. It's horrible. So,
They'll be like, oh yeah.
yeah, let me get that Taylor Swift celebrity. All of a sudden, he's going to whatever you want to sell it. I think if you and again, trading just a dude is not how you do it. You package, make packages. Mm-hmm. Show someone your package.
I don't know what the accent that you just threw in there was, but
kind of
I'm
sounded
with it, dude.
Maine-ish.
I'm with it. Yeah,
Like a Maine
I'm not
accent.
mad at it.
Maine, like the upper,
the upper
like you're in
peninsula.
Maine.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
lobster bisque.
Yeah. All right. I like it.
Chowder.
Well, you're still starting him, and Rashee Rice is awesome.
Yes.
So he's every week, and then Xavier Worthy is one of those home run threats. He didn't do anything week 2, but
He's a flex guy.
yeah.
He's got that Deshaun Jackson vibe. You're either gonna get 6 or 60. It
There
feels
it
like,
is.
you know.
For the Falcons,
Bijan,
Bijan.
obviously.
and
You know, starting him. He's such a
Drake
jack.
London, Kyle Pitts.
Drake London right now.
Until
He's
you,
the one who's got it. Pitt still hasn't been involved
until
as
you
much.
own Bijan, you can't understand the level of frustration and hatred.
Trade him to me.
Bring it on. You ain't gonna like the price tag, homie, or the results. You're gonna get him on your team. You're like, damn, Dan was right.
That's it?
Damn, boozled. That's it.
In our family dynasty league, I was playing Mike, my brother. You know, you guys know my brother Mike. And I'm up. I'm up like 6, and it's the end. The game is trickling down to an end. I had Devonta Smith, and he had Drake London in that game, and I'm up 6. The sites got me at 99% winning
Until
that last drive, dude. And all of a sudden, I'm like, no, and no. And then I'm like, yep, touchdown.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
touchdown,
was-
Drake.
Touchdown.
London.
Drake London,
That's
touchdown.
6 for the tutty, 1 for
Yeah.
the catch.
Yeah,
Yardage.
lose. So,
Monday night's horse
oh,
crap.
dude, absolutely hated it.
Hate it.
But speaking of Monday night, we got 2 Monday night games: Jags at Bills and Commanders at your Cincinnati Bengals. Anything out of the ordinary there that we even need to touch on? Is there anybody?
Just what the hell, Terry McLaurin?
Oh no,
the hell?
Just don't do it.
Well, I mean, but what the hell? It's finally got a quarterback. Give him back Taylor.
Rookie quarterbacks. The rookie
Give him
quarterbacks.
back Taylor Heineke.
Still watching this. We have to see how they progress. You
I
don't
mean,
really want to
Terry
start.
was catching balls from Bubby Brister and doing fine. You know, now he's got this guy.
But those guys have been backups for 3 or 4 years watching it. Rookies right now are going out there all the pressure, and they're just not ready for that. Or what they do is they throw 5-yard passes, or they run the ball because they're afraid. And also the reason why that they got drafted so high is because they were on bad football teams. So now you have a high quarterback that's really good that's going on to a bad football team.
People forget that a lot.
They're like, oh, they're
right?
great. Now they got this, we're great. Like, no, the team was bad. They have a new coaches half the time, so they're learning everything new. The coaches learning
Yeah, you can't
again.
just change
Everything
it
is new.
in the first year. I mean, Joe Burrow broke his leg in half his first year in Cincinnati because we suck so bad.
yes.
Like literally, he's like, "Oh my god!"
Yes. So, I mean, it takes time for some of those young guys to
You're
build
gonna
it.
scream for your mom your first year in the NFL when you're just gonna be laying on the ground, going, "Mom!"
Yes. But the one thing, obviously, C.J. Stroud was, the anomaly, the outlier. But also, they had a solid, very solid offensive line for him to go to. Larry Tunsil, left tackle. They got a good left guard, center. I mean, their offensive line is
Isn't
good.
Laramie Tunsil the gas mask
It
bong
is,
guy?
yeah, he's the gas mask bong
that's
guy.
Sick.
Yes.
He's
yes.
still doing fine.
A little weed.
All right. James Cook had a huge
Huge.
week last
Huge
week. I mean, you shouldn't be sitting him. You shouldn't have been sitting him going in.
No, he's
So-
a starter. He was
Yeah,
drafted
he's
to start. on your
Exactly.
team,
So
yeah.
that's kind of stuff.
Congrats.
It's like we don't even
Yeah.
need to. Yeah.
No.
Austin Eckler is double digits both weeks. Just barely, but double digits both
made him
weeks.
catch his passes.
He's catching passes. It's
Looks like
in
he's still
PPR
got a
leagues.
little left on the tires.
Brian
Yeah.
Robinson Jr. looks real good.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
That team
Yes, he
just-
does. Yeah, it's
You just hope they turn the corner a little more.
Dalton Kincaid hadn't seen it as much, but Allen didn't have to throw it a lot.
No, why would you? And
When you're hurdling guys.
yeah,
And when James Cook is just
running wild.
Yes.
Like Hulkamania,
I
brother.
was just going to say the vitamins and prayers have finally paid off.
Guys, I think that does it for this week. We've gone through
Hell
all
of
the
a week.
games. So many injuries, and I'm sure that next week when we come back, we will add to that list.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
Yep.
searching the wire for nothing.
The hardest part for me will be what to name this episode. What was the running theme of this episode? We'll figure it out.
I mean, that's on you.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'll do
I
that
could
later.
give 2 pukas.
We appreciate you tuning in. And like, subscribe. What do you do for podcasts? Whatever. Just listen to it.
Save it.
Keep
Subscribe
listening
to it.
All right. Fantasy football for real for Eric and Dan. I'm also Eric. See you next week.